Hello and welcome to another Looney Tunes review video. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing as it helps out the channel, and give this video a like if you do like it. So this is a review for Kitty Kornered, and with me are my two fellow pussycats, Eli Copperman and Huey Nelson. Say hi.
Hey, how's it going?
So this is the 474th in the series. It was released in 1946 and directed by Bob Clampett. You can find this on the Looney Tunes Golden Collection Volume 2 DVD set, and also on the Platinum Collection Volume 1 Blu-ray set. Now, in case you haven't seen this cartoon, essentially all that happens here is that the cats are kicked out for the night. But of course, Porky's cats, well, they don't take too kindly to being kicked out, so they cause all sorts of trouble for him to, well, stay in the house. Now what you're about to see is a remix of an audio commentary I did with my two friends that I had to take down due to a legal request by Warner Legal, so grab some popcorn and enjoy.
Come on, fellas, hurry up!
Can I just say this opening right here pretty much sums up the entire cartoon before it even starts.
Kicking out
It's
cats.
fantastic, including the butler's nose as well. I've always liked that look. Now the radio broadcast scene later in the cartoon is a reference to the War of the Worlds broadcast that Orson Welles did, which many believed was actually real, or at least that's how the story went. There's apparently a lot of doubt around it, but at the time, yeah, it was believed that this War of the Worlds broadcast caused some massive hysteria and widespread panic. It's the first and only Sylvester that Clampett ever did, and some people even think, is this even Sylvester? But it is. It sounds like him. I think it is, but we can discuss that as well.
The design of Sylvester here, I think Bob Clampett maybe tweaked it a little bit from Fritz Freeling's design, where the nose is no longer red, it's black, and he has yellow eyes instead. But his skin, which Freeling would have, he would have him have black fur, he will have that, but but you can hear you can see there's a little bit of a difference here, the tweaked design a little bit from what Freeling originally had.
This is the final Porky cartoon that Clampett did, although he does kind of have a cameo in the Great Piggy Bank Robbery, but this is his last starring role of a character that Clampett did so long. When Clampett was doing Porky, he started off with a bang back in the 30s, but then he kind of got tired of Porky, so he kept on brushing him to the side. But for his last Porky, he certainly really goes all out. It's fantastic.
Yeah, well, you could make the argument that because Clampett had to make all those Porkies, after a while he so jaded, and he was like, okay, I really just want to do something else. And here it's like, after he got to do a lot more, it's like, you know what, one more Porky can't hurt, you know?
And it's
well,
kind
the
of
character suits.
And he got the chance to do work with Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, so it's
exactly.
And he got to make Tweety, so now it's like, okay, well, I can finally do a Porky at this point.
This part, can I just say, is so weird because, okay, so Sylvester reappeared there, but in the shot beforehand, he was gone. And now, all of a sudden, as you'll see here, as soon as Porky finishes like his little, you know, tantrum, all of a sudden, the cats are all in the house. It doesn't make any sense, but you know what? Who cares?
It's a Clampett cartoon. Nothing makes any sense.
These wild takes that they do. You can see Clampett was inspired by Tex Avery here. You can with the wild takes.
Yeah.
And I love Porky's extreme pose, like that pose right there with the big eyes. Clampett knew, like he will do all these wild takes, yes, but he knew when to hold certain shots as well for maximum effect, and you can see it right here.
Right.
It's fantastic.
It's just one drawing too.
With his, it kind of looks like Tweety when he did that look. his Tweety.
Yeah. And I like that saying, milkman, keep those bottles quiet. That's, well, milk used to be delivered in bottles, and it didn't last for too long I don't know, Australia, it kind of ended in the 80s, but in America, maybe earlier, I don't know. But
Oh yeah,
see, like,
we ended it before y'all did.
you know, this is one of those cartoons where if you can watch the entire thing, you know, frame by frame, do it. Definitely do it.
Oh, this
And-
gag right here always has me loony bin because
Whoop.
Yeah. I'm gonna say here before Porky stormed in, these cats were turning up. They were having a party right now. A little
Yeah.
getting drunk.
yeah.
Smoking that those cigars. One of the cats had like 7 cigars in his mouth.
It's fantastic.
He
Yeah,
smokes
but-
more in one night than most people do in a week. You know.
But I like how Clampett plus that joke before, like how the cat tries to go into that fish house.
Henry, I think there's somebody in the house.
Takes it that next step, which I certainly appreciate. And I'm just surprised they went for 4 cats because think of the budgets. Because these weren't very high budget cartoons, and yet there's 4 cats, which I find interesting.
Oh yeah. If you look at this shot right here, they're actually lip syncing to the song that's playing here. You know, I'm just an angel in disguise. But for some reason, they just removed their singing.
But I do like that little gremlin-like things, like, what did the man say, huh? I just love that voice, the delivery, and the design of these
He
stupid...
just shrank down.
This is the best one. The big eye just comes out of nowhere.
And that's one to freeze frame as well. Like
Oh,
I said,
yeah.
if you just want to freeze frame part of it, this whole scene here is definitely one to do so. You know, this also shows that Clampett is Clampett. Like, Friz Freeling, like, if he was directing this cartoon, he would not even use, like, 90% of the choices in this cartoon, as we see Teddy Roosevelt caricatures for some
It's so
weird
random.
reason.
Yeah.
So random.
It's like, what happened to the alien thing?
Exactly. Just, it's like, alright, the joke's done, let's move on. Now, as for the ratings for this cartoon, I've confirmed Eli Copperman would give this one 9 out of 10, and Uber Clampett fan Huey Nelson, well, what do you expect? 10 out of 10 for him. I'm going to split the difference and say 9.5 out of 10. I mean, this is a masterpiece, and as I said before, if you can watch this thing frame by frame from start to finish, definitely do so. It is very much worth your while.
I'll show him who's
But as we wrap up this cartoon, though, I'll just get your final thoughts. I'm starting with you, Huey. What's your final thoughts on this masterpiece of a cartoon?
Well, this is what I like of Clampett's wildness, and he doesn't just. This is exactly what I like about him. He doesn't really focus on character. He just throws anything out there and works. Just manages to make it work. That's exactly what I kind of like about his cartoons. He's kind of like, it's a good thing that Tex Avery left the studio because he managed to hold down the fort after he left. It's sad to see him go. Personally, if him and Tex Avery actually teamed up and actually managed to make some more cartoons for the Warner Brothers, they would probably be the most unstoppable team next to Tashland.
Any final thoughts there, Eli, on this wonderful cartoon?
I mean, as far as Clampett's, one of Clampett's last cartoons, it's definitely really far from being bad. I definitely agree, but I think we forgot to mention this is the first Looney Tunes cartoon without the Porky Pig drum in it.
Hush My Mouse was the last cartoon with the drum ending. I think they just got tired of I don't think they wanted to update the drum ending, so they just, got rid of it at that point.
Yeah,
So I think maybe because
that works.
maybe
You know.
I thought it maybe signified, all right, Clampett's leaving, so we don't have to use this thing anymore.
So we'll wrap this one up here. It's a wonderful cartoon, easily seen. You know, if you need to purchase any of those sets, it's in the link is in the description below. But thank you, Eli and Huey, for jumping on for this one. And until next time, take care.
Pardon me, but does anyone in the audience know somebody who knows somebody that has a house to rent?